Hi, friends. Okay, thank you for joining me on my journey to weight loss surgery. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the possible complications. Now, I do want to preface this though, because I will say that there are so many more positives to doing this surgery than the negatives, but I do want to talk about them because it's something I was looking for when I was researching about it, and I just know that if you're looking, you definitely want to know. So, yeah, I will say there are the general surgery complications that can happen with any surgery. This surgery is very routine, kind of like a gallbladder removal or an appendectomy. So the risks of surgery, such as infection and stuff like that, are typically minimal. That's what my doctor told me. And I am talking about the less severe complications that can happen. So things that kind of make me nervous. But I will say that from what I've seen, not only from the Facebook groups, but also from doctors, nurses, and all the crazy research that I've done because I'm just the way that I am and I have to research things to death. So, what I have seen is that everybody's different. So, like some people experience these, maybe all of them, maybe some of them more extreme than others. And then some people are like, yeah, I literally don't feel any different. So, I'm really hoping I'm the latter. That would be great. But okay, so let's start with the first one. So, gas pain at least 24 hours after surgery. So basically, to do the surgery, in order to like see all of your organs, they have to fill your chest cavity up with gas. So once you come out of the surgery, you kind of feel some pressure on your chest. A lot of people feel pressure on their shoulders as well because you're pushing up your shoulders to get all that gas into your chest cavity. Excuse me. So a little bit after, at least a day after, people experience feeling like a lot of pressure on their chest, a lot of gas, like just feeling of heaviness on their chest. And I have spoken to a lot of hospital staff and people that have had the surgery, and they say that the best thing for that is to walk. You have to walk, 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 walk. It's going to be your full-time job. Do it as much as you possibly can so that you can get that gas down as fast as possible so that you have minimal pain and pressure. So basically, after surgery, I'm gonna be walking as much as I can, probably the whole day because I don't want that. So the next one is acid reflux. So this is probably the one that I'm most concerned about because I already have pretty bad acid reflux. So I'm nervous. But what I've heard about it is that the people that do have it for like a couple months in the beginning, maybe like 1 to 2 months in the beginning. And then as you start losing the weight because there's not so much pressure, I guess, it like goes down. There is a possibility because I have acid reflux now that I have what's called a hiatal hernia. I'm not going to get into that, but it's something with like your esophagus that gives you reflux. So the surgeon said that if he does see that that's the case, that he will fix that in the surgery, and then after the surgery, I shouldn't be having acid reflux. So we will see. I'm honestly hoping that it's that because I don't want to have reflux after. But yeah, so the third complication I've seen is the stitches inside of the stomach lining opening up. And that typically happens when you're drinking carbonated drinks. So they will tell you that for up to 6 months, maybe up to even a year, you shouldn't be having carbonation. That's what my doctor told me. Some doctors will say like 2 or 3 months. I wouldn't even risk it. So I'm going to go ahead and just not do carbonation for like a year. And then you pretty much minimize the risk of that happening. They do, after the surgery, what's called a leak test, which is where they'll put like fluid that's like neon or something like that. It's like fluorescent fluid into your stomach, and then they test to see if anything's leaking out. So that pretty much clears you and lets you know that the stitches are well done and that no fluid is going to come out unless you drink carbonation, which you shouldn't, so stay away from that. And then the next thing, these two things are kind of up to you. I mean, the last three things basically with the stitches popping and everything, they're all up to you. It's dehydration and vitamin deficiency. So we all know after you have VSG surgery, you have to take your vitamins religiously, um, basically for the rest of your life. At the very least, you should be taking a multivitamin. But for the first year, you want to be taking a multivitamin, an iron pill. A lot of people say biotin and vitamin E for your hair, because your hair can thin or like come out in some places or break off. We will see about that. That's another complication that a lot of people say is that you can lose some of your hair. A lot of people's hair thins out. Honestly, I'm terrified about that, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to be taking my vitamins religiously, and I will update you on that process of my hair because my hair is pretty thick. So, yeah, I'm very nervous about losing the hair. But the people that have lost hair, though, have only lost it within the first year, and then after that, it like grows back. So, it's not too much of a worry for me, to be honest. But yeah, the dehydration thing, drinking water does have to be your full-time job, so that you don't become dehydrated. And I'm even planning to, like, if I feel like I cannot get water down for the life of me, I'm gonna go get like those IV hydration things and the actual like vitamin IVs that they have. So I can talk about that. If I need to get it, then I will get it, and I can make a video on my experience with it. But I'm gonna try to avoid that by drinking water. A nurse gave me a tip of like setting a timer for 15 minutes, and every 15 minutes taking like sips of water. So we're trying to get as much water down as possible. And then the vitamins, because your stomach is like really sensitive afterwards. Some people can't take vitamins the regular way, so you have to either do a chewable or I'm doing like liquid vitamins. There are bariatric vitamin companies though that do like soft chews, which is another one that I'm going to get as well. But basically, I'm getting magnesium citrates, um, a biotin, like a hair, skin, and nails, an iron pill, a liquid magnesium. Um, I think that's it. The most important thing is that multivitamin, and a lot of these bariatric companies will do a bariatric multivitamin, which is like 2 times the strength. So yeah, so that's really all you need, and that's pretty much the list of complications that I have. There could be some other things, but that's kind of on a case by case basis. Like I said in the beginning, everybody's different, so some people might not experience any of these side effects or symptoms, and then some people might experience all of them. So it really just depends. So I won't know for me, for example, until I go through it, which is kind of terrifying. But I guess we'll see. But I trust the process and I trust my surgeon. And you just got to think like of all of the videos I've watched of people talking about it, all of the people I've talked to in the Facebook groups, in the support groups, the nurses, the doctors, like they all say, and every person that I've heard talk about it says that no matter what, they would do it again. And like their biggest regret in doing this is not doing it sooner. So if that's going to be my end result, then I'm down for whatever. Like whatever comes, I'm just going to take it and we shall see. But I will try to minimize some of these complications with some of the tips that my nurses told me. So that is all I have. Thank you so much for watching and watching my journey. If you have any questions for me, you can leave a comment and I will get to it. I'm going to do like a Q&A video here soon if you have any questions for me. But yeah, we are 10 days away and I couldn't be more excited, to be honest. My next video is going to be about my pre-op diet, what I'm doing on it, kind of what I can and can't eat, and some of the things I got for it, and how it's going as well. So I will be making that video. But in the meantime, thank you so much. I appreciate you watching my journey. And don't forget to love yourself every day.